my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with Steven, and it's the Monday special.
It
Uh,
is.
yeah. And I'm not sure if this is what Steven's going to be doing, but what I'm doing is I picked up a collection like a month ago from Yaniv, and I still haven't shown all of it yet. It was a massive collection. It was about 300 comics in the collection. And now I think I've shown about maybe 30 or 40 of them so far. Like I've been showing them in little chunks. But I'm gonna show some more, basically.
Holy
Uh,
smokes.
yeah, it's pretty big, and I'd say about in the collection there was about 50 Grails, like the All Star three and the so about 50 altogether in that collection. It was about
Holy
100. It was 110,000 altogether, or something like that.
Jeez Louise.
It's a pretty big collection. So,
Good
um,
God.
yeah, so it's a pretty big deal. So I'm going to show a bit of it. These are the smaller books, but I'll show some cool. They'll be cool. They're
Well,
smaller,
you're
but
the master of understatements. Kind of a big deal at 110 grand. Please, Alan. I mean,
well, it's like
I
300
can't
books.
keep up with you with that.
Yeah. I still haven't paid it all yet. So my kid, my
Your
kidneys are like
grandchildren,
gone.
yeah.
My kidneys are gone. One of my
Why are we
children.
paying this guy? He just keeps calling.
Yeah. So yeah. So one of my kids. I don't know what happened to them, but other than that, it's all good. So yeah, but actually, he's been pretty nice about it. Like he's let me kind of pay it very, very slowly
Well, it's like
over
the
a 2 year
tailor.
period.
It's like the tailor that you owe a lot of money to, and you say
Hmm.
I'd like to get a new suit, and they have to do it because they're afraid they're never going to get their money out of you, so they'll make you another suit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just keeps on growing. You know,
Mushrooms. You're his
yeah,
best customer.
yeah. Well, I don't think that, but maybe I don't know. So yeah, so I'm not sure. Are you gonna show some of the ones that you picked up from him as well? Or
That's the plan. I've already threatened
okay,
everyone with. I'll show all the books that I just got at the auction, the
okay,
first pop up auction by you,
yep,
which was a amazing success,
huge success.
and it worked out beautifully, and we all got a shot at books prior to them going down to San Diego, which is just right around the corner.
Oh, very cool. So yeah, and we're gonna do it again in probably 2 to 3 weeks. So that'll be cool. Um, okay, what I'm gonna do is quickly say hi to the chat.
Hi to the chat,
Hi to the chat. One sec here. We got K Munin was first. Good evening.
Andreas.
And we got Robbie. Hi,
Hi,
Robbie.
Robbie. Very nice of what you did for Matt Atkinson. That was an extremely nice thing. You're a gentleman and a scholar. You really are.
Oh, what did he gave more money to?
He gave another big chunk. He's
Wow.
single-handedly making funding Matt to go out and get his Action Comics number 252.
Oh, wow. That's huge. Yeah. So Rob Saint. Hi, Rob Saint.
Happy Monday.
If anyone wants to fund me to get my Action One, just saying.
No, no one does. No one
Just saying.
does.
Just saying. Okay. And then we got Crossbuck
Let
Comics.
me ask you a question. Would it be Action One was what you would want if it was something like that? Really?
No, if I'm gonna like
I
like
wouldn't
some.
want an Action
Okay,
One.
so no. I'm comparing it to Action 252. 252 for Matt is like a book that's a little bit unattainable because it's very expensive, right? So I'm thinking, what would be sort of like I can't possibly afford kind of book? The
Yes,
Action
but
One.
would you even? I understand that. Would you even want an Action One?
Okay, so actually, in terms of books that I really, really want that are
Yeah,
really, really crazy expensive,
you
I
don't want that
guess.
one. For that
Well,
kind of
no,
money,
Action One would
for
be
that kind of money, you're doing something else. I know
okay.
that.
Okay, so for me, the big books that I really like to own would be a Marvel one. I think that's a really cool book.
Hmm.
I always liked the Funnies Weekly one. The first
Right.
Submariner. And I actually
Motion
Motion
Pictures
Picture
Weekly.
Funnies Weekly. Yeah,
There are so few of those. I just don't think. I think it
I held one.
compresses.
I got to hold one.
it
Oh,
compresses
goodness.
the market so much for the cost of a book that is so completely. I mean, if for some reason there would be even a half step down, where that book personally, that book does not blow
It
up
feels.
my dress. I
I love the
appreciate it
rarity of it.
historically. I appreciate it, but same thing with Marvel One. I appreciate them, but
Mhm.
I don't aspire to those.
So okay, so those two, and then Cap One would be another one.
Cap One, I
Um,
can see that.
uh, the Batman One, and also Detective 27 would be up there.
Uh, I understand. Very good. I would if it
Probably
was
the
between.
next closest one though would be a Flash One. That'd be actually one I could sort of achieve, I
Well,
think.
I think that Flash One it would be a better would be a target, an attainable target.
Hmm.
Someone just got a Flash One here recently. I can't remember who.
I think it was Aubrey.
Oh, it was Aubrey. It was
Yeah,
Aubrey.
I think he bought the one that I was looking at. It was he stole it from my cart.
So he, oh God, oh no, are you gonna do that to AG now
No,
too?
no, no, no,
Oh
no. I'm just
no,
joking. I'm just joking. Okay.
AG, run for your life!
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'll go
Hello,
back to saying
John,
hello to the chat. Okay, one sec here. Gotta get finished through this. Then we got Mark Mueller,
Mr. Mueller.
and then we got Carrie.
Hello, Carrie, nice to see you.
Then we got NYC,
NYC,
and we got Chonko.
Chonko.
I was just on his show on Saturday. Thank you
I
for having me on
saw.
your show,
I heard
Chonko.
your I heard your origin story yet again,
Mhm.
where you were the coin expert of all of Canada at 8,
Yes.
and an expert skier, and a fingerprint technologist, and a sailor,
Yeah. Yep.
and a championship skier. I think I mentioned
You
that.
forgot you missed judo.
Judo master,
Judo champion.
black belt judo master,
Third degree black belt, to tell you the truth.
third degree.
Hmm. So and then we got archivist. Hi, archivist.
I want to say to
Okay.
Jason. Jason sent me something,
Hi.
and I
What'd
have
you
it, and
get?
I will be showing it, and it is so wonderful. It is very very wonderful. I'm touched, and it actually sent me a few books. I will show
Oh,
those too.
did you get the thing from AG?
I
Not
got the
AG, but
thing.
archivist. I
I
mean.
got the thing from Jason, Archivist Adrift.
Oh, I didn't know his real name. I just know him as
Jason,
archivist.
yeah, I
Okay.
follow
Yeah.
him on Instagram, and on
I
Instagram you
actually
get to see his
subscribed to
name.
his. I subscribed to his YouTube channel. So yeah.
So I will that, and in actuality, that I'm going to lead off with that,
Okay.
because and I'll tell you this: when I showed Susan, she loved it, and she's getting a picture frame right now
Oh,
the
nice.
for the piece, and I'll show it to you. It's wonderful.
Okay, that's very cool. Okay, and then we got
We have such nice people in our
I
hobby.
know, it's really great people. We got the Bats Cave
Hello,
John,
John.
and what else we got here? We got Stevie D, another
Hi,
nice
Stevie
guy.
D.
And we got Comic Mike.
Mr. Mike.
And we got Hudat.
Hello, who dat? I hope I won. I gave him a super chat, and then
Oh,
I
nice.
two books came up, and I'm toying with the idea of that Crowley copy, Buck Rogers #2, pedigree copy, the Crowley copy,
Oh,
in a
wow.
7. Yeah, and he has that for
He has
sale.
that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great book. For those people that don't know Hudat or haven't checked out his channel, go check out his channel. Actually become a member. The becoming a member of his channel makes total sense because you can there's a pretty good chance you'll win a prize that's way more valuable than the membership for a year. It's like, his prizes are actually he gives out a pretty good prize pack every month.
Well, I will say this about Mr. Houdat. Not only is he a hell of a nice guy and has
Hmm.
very competitive pricing, he is an expert grader. He is an
Hmm.
excellent grader. So when he tells you the grade of a book, you can take a raw book, you can take
Like
that to the
to the
bank.
bank. Yeah.
So I mean, buying books from him that are slabbed, of course, is there it is. But when he has the raw books, he calls them right on the nose. So
Hmm.
and a nicer guy you couldn't meet. And I also am a member, and I've won his prize pack once. My spouse won one once,
Oh,
and
nice.
but I think that it would be great. And he's got some nicer books that if he gets more subscribers, that he would then add in as well. So
Very
it's
nice.
enlightened self-interest. Plus, he's got great content. He's a great guy.
Very cool. Okay, then we got who else we have here? We have Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
And then we have Lau.
Hello, Lau.
And
Oh, Matt likes comics. Gave us $2.
oh, did he? Okay, I haven't even gotten there yet. Wait, let
Thank
me
you,
get there.
Matt, very much, Mr.
I won't.
Atkinson.
I have a tendency of banning people that give me money, so be
I know,
careful.
isn't it? I mean,
Uh,
Mr. Survivalist,
Username
Canadian
survivalist.
Survivalist. Hello.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Okay. This is the see. This is the challenge. Right next to it is where you can ban. Like when it's one of these things where it is like a super chat, then the ban button's right next to it.
Oh, don't push that.
No,
Don't
I
don't
wasn't.
ban him.
I wasn't going to ban Matt. Okay.
Don't ban Matt.
Okay. I'm not going to ban.
Matt's a good man.
I wasn't going to ban him. It's like I don't know why they do it. Like it's only for the super chats. That's why AG got banned last time.
You are difficult and so hard on our poor chat. You know,
Yeah.
people give you something. Hello, up and Adam. How are you?
Okay. So if you want to be banned, you can give us super chats. I don't know. It's stupid the way. Why do they do that? It's
I
like,
don't know.
and
They don't
it's
confide in me.
okay. We got Big Nasty here,
Hi, Big.
and okay, one sec here, and then we got and Up and Adam. Okay,
Absolutely.
and that's it. I'm done. Okay, good. So yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. Why is it next to the thing when they do the super chat? That it's like it's just asking for trouble. It's like
I blame them.
I blame them too, and
I
my
blame
little
them.
fingers for clicking the wrong part. So yeah. Um so okay. So let's get into it. We wasted enough time with this preamble and let's get into showing some stuff.
Shall I start?
Yeah, well that's why you're big.
All right. I will now start with um, a while ago. Every so often, an artist will do something online and time lapse photography going on. And it's always so really fun when Norin Rad Aaron does his artwork on church with Bleecker, where you watch the artwork being produced. I've got a Supergirl in crypto that he started, and I'm going to be buying from him. And so anyway, just out of the blue, Jason of Archivist Adrift started drawing the relationship between Alan and I, and he decided that Laurel and Hardy would be the one that would be appropriate. And here is the piece that he drew.
Oh, very nice. Let me see one sec here. Let's see if I can. No, it's not gonna let me. Very cool.
Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into, Alan. And he matted it a double mat,
Oh, very
and
nice.
I measured the mat overall and 11 by 14, and so Susan, who is running errands right now, will be getting a frame for this. And a cute couple. But I just think that it just is. It's wonderful, and you know the thing that's funny about it is that actually, and I do this, is that sometimes when Alan goes into an Alanism, and he'll go like, I have that book, or he took it out of my cart, and then I'll do it because with Laurel and Hardy, Hardy would always be the long-suffering one for the kookiness of Stan Laurel, and so Stan Laurel be and he'd do something stupid, and then Oliver Hardy was one of the first to do this in these shorts, these late 20s, early 30s shorts that they did, where he would then look at you through in other words, you are seeing what I am seeing. He'll go,
You sort of wink at the audience kind of thing.
In
Yeah.
other words, this is you're seeing what I'm putting up with here. Then he gets back into character and then he goes back in and then the piano falls down 700 stairs, and all the different things of the painting going on. But Johnny Carson did the same thing because when someone would say something incredible, he would stop and he would look and he would take the laugh, he would take the moment. And it's not that I ended up emulating, but when I hear that I have that, or it was in my cart, or you took it out of my cart, or some of the other Alanisms, which are very endearing. So that's the first thing. And he sent me a very nice note. Glad you appreciate the sketch. Also, as one Nidor fanatic to another, I thought you might also enjoy these modern takes on the greatest hero of the Golden Age, the Black Terror, of course. And then he says the Black Terror has a funny cover, but is politically correct nonsense. So just ignore the contents. Thanks
Yeah.
again for so much entertaining content and the history lessons. And he says, so here is what he sent. I don't have these. I didn't have these. Here is the
Oh wow.
Blackest Terror,
Oh wow. What is that?
Moonstone's Modern Myths. I've never seen this before,
Wow.
where the Black Terror is taking the KKK on.
Wow. That's really
Isn't that
crazy.
a kook?
That's really I mean, obviously this is a modern book.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
never seen. I never even heard of it. Here's another one: Seduction of Deceit, Book One, where he's kind
Wow.
of got the butch haircut and the abbreviated skull and crossbones. And here, I believe, is an Alex Ross. This is a dynamite. Thanks, AG.
Oh,
And I
that's really
have
cool.
I have several of these. I bought these from MT.
Hmm.
MT1 Comics. He said he had a thing where he had a bunch of the Black Terrors. I don't think I have this one of the modern Black Terrors by Alex Ross, which I do like. I think they're pretty. I collected them back
I
in the
had like
day.
one. I had like Dynamite was putting those out, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah. I think I had a few, but not
the
those ones. Which
superhero
ones?
the superhero project or whatever, the
Yeah, yeah. I
superpowers
had those
project.
ones. Yeah, Heroes Project. I think it was called.
Yeah, and they'd have a lot of the standard Nidor characters they would bring back, and I liked it. I did the inside stories. I were okay, I guess, but it was nice to see characters that were in the Golden Age that disappeared and then they reappeared. I FOMO'd some stuff on one of the broadcasts for Locano and Lozano, I should say, and other artists, Shubina, and some of these. And I just said, there's some really cool ones. Here is one that just came today, and
Oh, nice.
I love this so much. I have a raw copy of this. I was trying to find it. Thank you, Christina. Oh, I won. Thank you. Great to know. See, if anybody then gives another super chat, then I gave a super chat of $10 to Hoodad. And then I'm when you get it when you put a 10 in, then you're up for he has these books that he gives away. He gives a prize. And then if you also give one, then he'll spin a wheel and see who wins and what have you. And evidently I was the only one this time. I'm lucky. And I got that going. And I still have to talk. Hoodad, if you're there, let me know if you're out there. So anyway, here is the one which I think is just so cute.
Yeah, I mean, the only I looked up a few of her pieces. Everything's so expensive.
Yes, it's become that was amazingly that was just like $75 slab 9.8.
Okay, that's cheap. Like all
So
her
that
stuff is
was
like
not
100 raw.
yeah, I know. And so if see now Alan also taught me this too. Don't, always when you're looking for example on eBay or on
Hmm.
just just watch it closer and sleuth a little bit further, ask questions and ask for some off, and a lot
Hmm.
of times they want to do that. I'll tell you this: in Canada, I've tried to buy some books. To buy a book in Canada, I spent $25 on the books, two books, three books, and it cost me $30 to have it shipped from Canada to me in the United States. I can't afford to do business with Canada.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
I
It's
can't afford to buy from
the
Canada,
shipping is
and
brutal.
they're dropping the prices of their product because the postage. I can buy it less expensive, a more expensive book here for the same grade and still be cheaper because the postage in the United States is less.
Well, that's why it was the same way for me getting stuff from the U.S. That's why I opened the Stackery account because
Oh,
this
you
was
made
killing me there.
it
I was
makes a
wasting so
huge,
much
it's
money.
killing. Are we doing one round today or are we doing two?
We'll do one round.
All right, good enough.
Yeah.
Here is, I showed this, but
Oh, nice.
I wanted to show this again. I bought this from Houdat. And
Hmm.
he had this for sale, and he had it for a reasonable price. I've tried quite a few times to buy this book, and I've always been thwarted. And the other nice thing about buying from people in our community is you're helping a friend. And I would much rather buy from a friend than from some nameless, faceless person. Good for you,
You see
K
that?
Munin.
Yeah.
That's good. I and I still buy from Canada. It's just that I have to. We went through this
Comico.
because it goes and it all went back to Wonder Woman. Matt was saying it's Hippolyta, and I said
Yeah.
it's Hippolyta,
Yeah.
and then he says no, and so then he goes, I knew a Greek man, and Matt Atkinson
No.
is hanging around with a Greek man, wandering around listening to him and telling him how to say certain words. I don't want to
Hmm.
even go there, Matt, but I wish
But
you well. Anyway,
comico in Greek is comico, right?
well, you see, but I don't believe that this is Greek, strangely.
Strangely.
But it's a beautiful and I really, to be honest with you, hey, look at that book. Hey, right you are.
Hmm.
All right, who dat? I will take the Buck Rogers. I will
Oh,
take
okay.
the Buck Rogers at 5. I would like 475 if you would do that, but I accept your offer for the Buck Rogers number 2 Crowley copy. I will remit.
Oh,
So
nice.
I want to close the deal.
And
I'll
that's like that's the first Crowley copy Golden Age Buck Rogers.
it's a Crowley copy. It's the Crowley copy of Buck Rogers number 2, and it's a 7.0. I think off
Nice.
white pages. Beautiful book. I have one other Crowley book. I have the Big All American Annual. Is the other Crowley
Is it
copy I have.
is Buck Rogers number two where they're kind of the guy and the girl are kind of falling out of the
Yes, and
yeah.
she's hanging there, and it's beautiful cover. The color strike is just like the Crowleys is beautiful. So I
Did you
thought I
know
just
that I have that book? Just messing with you. Do have it, but I'm just telling you. Yeah, it's a good book. You can just do that every so often whenever
oh yes, whenever it does it, I'll just pull the picture.
you don't even have to
So
say anything anymore. Um,
so here, no, please do. So anyway, but I got this. Yes, it is. It is outstanding.
yeah,
So here it is. Here is this one from Who Dat.
that's a great book. That's a hard book, by the way, to get in high grade, just because the black is just it's the
Well,
most spine ticked book ever.
but if you look at the spine on
No, no, no,
this,
no. That's what I'm saying. It's a 9.2.
this
That's
one,
hard to get.
this is just it's just a remarkably clean book.
Hmm.
Matt Wagner, off white, which is
Nice
for that
for
vintage
that
is pretty
era, and the quality paper that they used wasn't necessarily the best.
was not the best. But you see, these indie guys were lucky to even find a place that would take their jobs to print.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were
So,
and they were
um,
shoestring budgets.
this was a book that I bought from Val Petrocelli in Canada.
Hmm.
And he bought it from Heritage Auction, and they called it a 4.0 raw copy. And it was, if it was a 2.5, I would be surprised if it was a 2.5. It was so completely hammered and falling apart and dirty and torn and out of whack. And I gave it to MT and to clean and press it. And then he went to town and he went absolutely out of his way to resurrect this book. It had 1.5 feet in the grave. It was almost too far gone. But this exciting comics is exciting comics number 11. Exciting
Oh,
comics number 8 is the first appearance of the Black Terror. So this is the third appearance of the Black Terror in Exciting. And this book was, it looked like it had been dunked in coffee.
Oh,
It was
really?
so dark. No.
Oh, wow. It's
And
like spotless white now, though.
and he basically used the fancy organic inert uh, uh, rice paper to seal. He found chunks of the pages that were sort of floating in the bottom of the bag. He reattached all of them, and the guck that came off this. He showed me the solution when he gave this thing its first wash, and I couldn't believe it looked like a cup of coffee. It was so dark. How much stuff came off.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you very much, Matt. I appreciate it. We appreciate it very much. But anyway, so I finally
So,
got this back,
so would that
and
get a that would get a conserved grade because of the reattachments and stuff,
it
or
would get a conserved grade. Absolutely. It
because it
was it
looks
was it
beautiful.
was
I mean, it looks like a really high grade. I don't see any flaws actually.
no, it's he went out of his way, way out of his way. The amount of hours he spent on this, and then he didn't. It was ridiculous what he charged me. I sent him an AOK to thank him because he really went out of his way for this. But anyway, I got it finally. It's been 3 months, I think, off
Wow.
and on for him to do it because the man has a life
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
runs astonishing auctions. So there's that. Um, Now I go into the books that I bought from Yaniv. The first book
Oh,
I've
who did the work again?
MT1 Comics, MT1 Lower Strike Comics,
Okay.
and he is in Erie, Pennsylvania. And if you go on Astonishing Auctions, you can see MT. If you haven't gone on their auction site, the guys are really nice. They have the good deals, mostly modern, bronze, and some silver. Generally, not much Golden Age. There are a couple Golden Age books. Ed Craze one of the sellers, will have Golden Age every so often. But it's a lot of fun. There's quite a bit of repartee, and they've known each other and they skewer one another with regularity. It's really an event. It's fun. So, but MT did the work on this. MT did all the work on this one. And sometimes, if he has a book that he is selling that needs a press, he'll either make a deal with you to get it pressed, or if the book is expensive enough, he will press it for you for free. That depends upon the book. It depends upon his schedule as well. I can't speak for him, but he did that on a few of the nicer books that I bought. I had a Hulk 102 that he did for. He said, I'm not satisfied with how this looks. You paid up. I'm going to press it for you, and then it came and it was beautiful. So it's a lot of fun, and it's and Band of Brothers is fun too with Houdat and Bleecker and some of the other attendant people. But here is Sparky Watts.
Oh,
This
yes.
is Sparky Watts number 8. This was one of the books. I'm going from the least to the most with these. Here is a Fever Dream cover, and Nate from Hall Yeah Comics instantly, when he was watching, said, "Oh," because he loves the stuff that's completely off the wall. This looks very Basil Wolverton, but it's actually Booty Rogers is the artist who also did Sparky Watts, and he also did Babe of the Ozarks, like that. But this is just a really crazy book. Nate didn't go for it, so I waited and waited to be sure he didn't. Then I stepped up because I think it's crazy. There are none on the census. I don't know how many of
Hmm.
these actually still exist. Not many. This one, they were showing, Yaniv was showing books up along. He was scanning along, or his bride, I think, was running the camera up there. And then he went past this thing up at the top right, and I saw just a little glimpse of something, and I went, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, were you really, John? That's I just it was." I couldn't believe what I was looking at it, and then
It's just such a
I'm
cool
sort of
book.
like I'm in. I feel like I'm underwater trying to push the button to buy, to bid and claim.
Hmm.
But so anyway, but up top, I saw this. I went, whoa, 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 back up! And here is this feature detective magazine.
I know it's such a
Every story, feature detective cases
That's a great
frauds in
cover.
uniform, death's riddle of the artist model, solving the mystery of the slain newlyweds. So it's all sorts of fun. This cover is by Harold Bennett. Now, I don't know who Harold
I don't
Bennett
know who
is,
that is.
but this is Harold Bennett's work on the cover, and it is
Beautiful.
a completely naked woman in the snow.
Yeah, so it's very beautiful. I mean, it's a
I
great
mean,
cover.
I've never seen of, nor heard of, nor even got a whiff of anything like this. I've never seen.
Jimmy's like, I think Jimmy's like, you took it from my cart.
Jim. Anyway, so this is just, like wow,
You made K Mun's day, by the way, showing a
very
respect.
good. Now the next one I'm going to show you is uh, Hitler and Hirohito, or Tojo, basically. During the war, we had the standard comics that would have
It was an
those.
American book. It was a magazine were a little
It's
more
a
expensive back then.
Yeah, it's a magazine. I don't know what the date is. I haven't really pulled it out to riffle through it. I should. I will at some point do that. I'm sort of loath to. It's the cover. It may have stuff inside. I'm sorry, Jim. I apologize. I took it
So
out
you
of your
guys got to
cart.
be faster at the next
I
auction.
took it out of your cart. You see, and Alan accuses me of this with great regularity.
Hmm.
And the fact is,
Yeah.
everything is in his cart.
Naughty
Naughty
Girls
Girls in
Snow.
Snow. It works. It
Yeah.
does. And
Yeah.
she is sans clothing.
That's always good too.
Okay. So, but the Hitler Hirohito and Hitler Tojo books,
Just sorry. I just
so
finished
is
that.
mine. So is mine. And I just basically threw another log on the fire with Houdat for that Buck Rogers. But oh my God. So here is Super Duck #1.
That's such a
And
great book.
to have a book that is with cartoon Hitler things, these books have suddenly they've
Gone
taken off
crazy. Gone crazy.
because it's a cartoony book aimed at littler kids and young adults, but littler kids. Super Duck, I went the cockeyed wonder. But here is Hitler, and here is Hirohito. I think that's probably Tojo, and you've got his feet with his little sandals and his toes.
Mm, that's really cute.
Isn't that a fun book?
And I thought that was sort of funny. You you kept on getting him to drop his price. I think he went for it was 800 originally, and then it got down to six, and then you went 575 or something like that. Or
515.
oh wow,
But at
that's so
but at
crazy.
515, he said, "Okay, but you showed interest in another book, and you're going to have to
Yeah,
buy that one too." And then he discounted that one too, and that is my next book that I'm showing you, and it is Gangsters and Gun
that's such
Malls,
a good book.
and in a 4.0 off-white white, and it has a woman that is big boobs
And
cutting a butt with a Thompson that's smoking at the barrel.
yeah,
It's
it's very
right up.
Bonnie and Clyde like cover, I think.
You know, Bonnie carried a BAR, a sawed-off BAR. That little
Oh
woman.
wow, okay,
Yeah, it was.
she's a
It.
tough girl.
Yeah, she was. And this one says here the painted cover. Everett Raymond Kinsler art. Jack
I can
Kamen.
fix her.
Uh, you can fix her.
That it's like it's just it's like oh, she's a little rough around the edges, but I can fix her.
Oh, I can fix her. I said
Yeah,
okay. And Bob Bear art. I don't see who did the painted cover. It isn't signed. But
yeah.
I have a blue one. I have another Gangsters and Gun Malls. I have two.
The blue one is #1. This is #2. I think it's a 4 issue run.
Okay. And you have all four.
I have all four but one. I'm missing. I think I'm missing #1.
Okay. But anyway, and it has a date right here which looks to be 9/21. I read as AM because sometimes they'll have a P or something or a B. next to it. So in other words, if it was in the A delivery or in the B delivery or the morning or evening, A I think is AM, and looks like September 21st, and the date on this is December of 51. So I think it was a quarterly pre-code, and it's by Avon.
That's such a great book. Great series too. Like just all great covers and stuff.
Now, I'm going to go here a little bit different. Um, this will give you a hint on what my last book is going to be, because with the Superman movie, there was a book that he had that Alan had shown on his top 10 that had sold. And it was sold, it was sold for a great price in the same grade as the one that Yaniv had. But the colors on Yaniv's book were exponentially better. And you know me, I'm all about the colors of the on the books. So I'm going to show just a few. I only have a few slabbed Supermans that I wanted just to show. I got this one a while because I thought she was good looking.
Oh yeah, that's the one where I just picked that up recently. That's the
I'm
one.
I'm not surprised.
Isn't that the one where it's another one of these LL girls that he meets?
I think it is. And then he's got problems, and she's going to blackmail him and stuff like that. And of course, I always say that all he'd have to do is vaporize her with his heat vision and
Jeez,
throw her into the ocean, and that's the end of that trouble. I
you're
mean,
a rough boyfriend. I mean,
well, I know, but what I'm telling you is that when they threaten Superman's life and livelihood and his friends and his family, I mean friends and his love interests, and she's going to
Mhm.
do that. Superman is, so goody two shoes, he has to figure it out. But in the real world, she would have been rubbed out.
Mhm.
Um, Here is Superman
I love that.
number 32. It's one of my absolute favorite covers of Superman. It's this black cover, and I utilized this in one of the Matty Freeze commissions I had for um, uh, the Red Skull. I used it for that, and the piece that he did for me, which is after an homage to the Weird Tales, Captain America Weird Tales 74. But this was, I wanted a celadon green around
Mhm.
the Red Skull with a black cover with lightning in the background, and he did a beautiful job.
The first
Here's
time I saw that was you showing that book. Like when you that was the first time I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, that's a really cool book." And then it came up on eBay afterwards. Somebody bought it. I was like, "Oh," so I put
oh
it on
really?
my hot list.
This
Yeah.
one, this is quite an amazing book from 1945, and it's a Wayne Boring cover, as he is basically mimicking or aping, homaging Joe Shuster. And this actually has white pages as well.
Wow. Very nice.
Now, I show this, it's not a Superman, but you will see why I show this for the super. Actually, I won't. I'll show the Superman first.
Okay.
This is my favorite Superman cover that I have, and it's because my dad had this book and I read it. I didn't know it was it. I've told the story several times, but I will show this again. This is
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. One of my
Superman
favorites.
number 17 from World War II. This is from 1942, and Superman takes him on. And then,
So that's one of the books that I'm getting in this big order
oh,
from
are
the.
you really? Good for
Yeah,
you.
that's one of the
It's
ones. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the
First
best.
Fortress for cool like cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in this book you have the first story is the first time Lois Lane suspects that Superman and Clark Kent are one and the same. And there are some beautiful panels in that story. I have this posted on my Collecto 6 on Instagram. You might take a look. I have the inside pages. You can see what I'm talking about. Then at the center spread is a 2-page spread on this Fortress of Solitude in the mountains, which is very, very cool. And the last story is one with Luther, who gets superpowers. It starts with him being electrocuted in prison, and he has this amulet that takes the electricity and then turns him into superpower. And then Superman and he are brawling and what have you, and like that. It's just a great, and it has one of the best propaganda covers of the war for
Mhm.
Superman. I mean, it's just one of the best Superman covers there is, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I just got another one too, but I also bought this.
I think they've gone up a bit, Drift.
I think that it's going to. I think that this it's somewhat of
It's
a leviathan to move those prices. I think as people become more accustomed or
mhm,
aware of the resurgence of a proper, wonderful Superman movie, that Superman can be loved again, and that's the way I look at it. And
mhm,
I'm a true matter of fact. I fell into the trap myself, if you call it falling into a trap. But
mhm.
this is the Wiz Comics. This is from 1942 also, but just a couple months after that, Superman 17 came out. And so the artists in Canada thought that was pretty good for one of these Canadian whites. I also bought this from Yaniv. That's why I also
Mhm.
wanted to show this. Not at this last auction, but just before that. And then
Great book.
that it's just a wonderful thing. There's Mussolini and then there's Hitler.
Yeah, that's and it's a one of one, isn't it?
There are two extant. There's
Okay.
one. There's one CGC, and there is one CBCS, and
Wow.
this one is the CBCS. And I will tell you, a 4 or 5 grade for a Canadian white to look like this, but
That's like super high grade for a Canadian
it's a
white.
remarkably high grade copy, and the page quality is off white to white, which is also very for the quality of the paper. It makes the quality of the paper that was used in Fox Features Syndicate, which is terrible. Uh,
Yeah, I mean it's tissue paper.
it
That
is tissue. I mean,
it's
that's what
just
they
terrible.
crammed it all in. Here is the book. I'm now
Yes, it
going to
is a book that I'd want to get. So I'll get the other copy some point. Okay.
the ones that have the Hitler and war content on the just like anything else on the Anglo Americans, which is what this is. This is an Anglo American AA book. Down here in the corner, you can see AA
Yeah, Anglo American.
double. They call it double A comics, but it's Anglo American.
Yeah.
And these books are distinctively, specifically, wonderfully Canadian. They are sourced. They are sourced. They are fragile. They are not spectacular books in that they were produced under the exigencies of war.
Hmm.
They were protecting their market from the United States, from money going out of their country. So they banned all the magazines and comics and stuff going into Canada. And so to meet the demand, Anglo American double A comics came up and were printing. They had the rights to Fawcett up in Canada, and so they would print a Fawcett book, and then they would put an original cover on it. So this is an original cover that this never appeared on whatever copy of Wiz this is. This is Wiz number 11. Is it Wiz number
It,
11?
oh, okay. I thought it was going to be like some volume weird thing, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what you always get with those. No, it's Wiz number 11, Anglo American, November 1942. Hitler and Mussolini cover, art by Harry Anderson and Rob Hibbard
Very nice.
inside. So there's that. So then, right after Alan is showing this book, I mean, on his top 10, and saying what a great price this person got on the Superman, the World War II books for our superheroes in the various companies. Some companies had a lot of World War II covers, some they were more spare. Superman was more spare. It wasn't every single issue was not super. I mean, against the Axis. That Superman 32 with the It Tickles was during the war, but it wasn't a war themed cover. And so DC did not put all of their eggs in one basket with
With war
propaganda
stuff, yeah.
covers or patriotic covers. That's what it's a patriotic cover as well. A propaganda cover is when they're murdering people or bondage or torture, like Timely did a lot and Standard Needle did a lot, which are beautiful, beautiful, wonderful things. That when it's propaganda, that they're the candy bar cover, that the atrocities that are being visited upon by the Nazis or the Japanese. But then there are the patriotic ones where they're showing we're going to come get them, and this is what I got. I got
Drag one.
Superman number 18 from September, October 1942,
Wow.
which is, since I just got 17, I showed you, here's 18, the next book in line.
Very
And,
nice.
and what we've got here is early in the war, the aircraft that they were all talking about was either the P-40 Warhawk or the P-39 Bell Airacobra. And these are Airacobras. They had the engine of the aircraft behind the pilot's seat, and they had the access panel on the fuselage.
I figure that's all.
Oh, thank you, Chris. I beat Yaniv up on this. He
No.
made me a very good deal on this.
And it actually is a better looking copy. Even it's not even just about buying the grade; it's about buying the comic, and you
And
got a
this
better
is
looking one.
and this is my mantra, as you know. I buy the book and not the label, and I'm all about the color. This could be a 4 with very faded cover, but it's a 4.
Hmm.
But this is a 3, but it has beautiful cover colors. It's an amazing, and it harkens to Slim Pickens in Doctor Strangelove writing the bomb down,
Yeah, that's
you
what I
know.
thought when I saw it.
And but Superman is aggressively writing this bomb down where it's going to go. The P-30, the P-39s, the Airacobras, were underpowered, and they were not good for high altitude, and they were not used that much in the war for us per se. They were used some. The people who really made them work were the Russians, because they needed an aircraft with ground attack capability, which this one excelled at. Yes, it did have Studebaker doors, Crossbuck. You're absolutely right. But it had another thing, because the engine was behind the pilot. It had a drive shaft to the propeller, and it had a 37 millimeter cannon through the nose and machine
Wow.
guns on either side. So it wasn't a matter, the Russians didn't want these planes way up in the sky. They wanted them down to take on the German tanks, and they knocked out a zillion tanks with these P-39s.
Oh,
The
okay.
Airacobras really, really worked for that. The P-40s, the P-40E, and then the P-40, the earlier, the Tomahawks that were with the Flying Tigers, they were heavy and they were very durable. They didn't climb fast and they couldn't turn. But from an altitude, they could dive at a very high rate of speed, hit the Japanese Zeros and stuff, and then zoom down and then zoom back up. And those were the tactics they used. Because if they got in a circle fight with a Zero, they were going to lose. And the Zeros had good guns on them. They had cannon and machine guns both. But the Zero was, if you hit it with a bullet, the thing went up like a bomb. They just blew up. So they had no armor. Their lightness and climbability and all that other stuff, the trade-off was they didn't have self-sealing gas tanks, and they didn't have any armor to protect their pilots. So they just got, once our aircraft caught up to the Zero, which was the best at the beginning of the war, it
Hmm.
was a phenomenal fighter all the way through. But when the Hellcats came in from the Navy and the Corsairs, and of course, if there were P-38s or P-51s, of course, but the P-47s and what have you, again, could take a hell of a lot of a beating, and keep going. But it was mostly the P-40s that were the first blush that went against the Zeros. The Hellcats shot down Zeros. It was a purpose-built aircraft from the Wildcat that they upscaled.
I think they
They
must have.
tried the
They
the
must have done
German
some.
rockets. The Japanese did not get rocket technology. The Germans had rocket technology that we took with Dr. Werner von Braun that
But
helped us
didn't
with
some of the Germans go to, weren't they sort of captured when they
the
by the
Russians.
Russians?
Yes, well, if you've ever watched any of the history of that, the Russian scientists that were basically imprisoned. And the German scientists knew that the Russians were going to basically kill their family if they didn't do. I mean, they were going to do everything they could do to make them make the Russians superior with rockets and stuff. And the German scientists literally ran to the
Well, you missed
Americans.
it, Louis. You gotta watch replay to see it.
So anyway, but this is the big book that I got. Here it's got a Daisy Defender in the back.
Very nice.
The thousand shot Red Riders, in order to feed the BBs into them, you had to hold them muzzle up to cock them because it was a gravity feed down into the receiver. The 20 Model 25 that I have, the ones that were the takedown versions.
That was my understanding too,
No, no,
Stephen.
they did get
Chris, I mean,
through Operation Paperclip. You're absolutely right.
but the Russians got some too
The
before that.
Russians captured them. The
Yeah,
Russians,
that's my point. That's what I said.
The Germans were trying. The German scientists were literally running from the Russians. They knew what was going to happen to them.
Hmm.
So they got some, but they didn't get all. We got the vast majority of them got to the Americans and were protected.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
so, and of course, Werner von Braun with the V1 rocket was a pulse jet engine, this big engine that sat on the back. It looked like it's a flying bomb. It was like a fuselage and wings, and then it had the stanchion and it had the buzz rocket. They called them doodle bugs and they called them buzz bombs because they made a very low sound, but they were a pulse jet engine during the war.
hmm,
Before the ME 262, which was the first operational jet in the war for practical purposes that Germans had, but the pulse jet, they had just enough fuel in it so that it could fly. It wasn't radar detected or any, I mean, like that. They basically aimed them in the general direction of London, and then they would basically go like that. And then when the gas run out, and you always show these films of the British hearing them going, and they all look up. And once, if the engine's still running, you're safe. But once the engine stopped,
that's when
then
they're
the
flying.
bomb is coming down, and then then there's going to be an explosion. And so the Brits came up with a modified Supermarine Spitfires. They basically stripped them down for speed, and also the Hawker Typhoon with the Rapier, huge Rapier engine, problematic aircraft, but was just studly as hell. And they would chase down these buzz bombs and shoot them out of the sky, but they had to modify them to go over 400 miles an hour to do that. But when the V2 rocket came out, those things are going 1,500 miles an hour, and those were true rockets. And when they went over and hit, there was absolutely nothing that the British could do to stop the V2 rockets. And they used them on, I think, some of the Dutch ports as well, that we had taken over. But it was the V1s and the V2s. The rocket technology for the V2 was instrumental for us getting both satellites into space and then also getting our guys into space with the Mercury program and then Gemini and then Apollo. So anyway, but that's my big reveal. This was the biggest book that I got, and I'm very, very happy to have it. This Superman I've always liked the bomb cover. There's one other one I don't like as much, is the one that he's holding Goebbels, the propaganda minister, in one hand
In
and a
the
Liberty Bell in
bomb.
the
Yeah.
other. I just don't think that doesn't sing as much. This shows that we got some stuff going, and it's very topical historically because of the P-39s in the picture. Later on, the planes would not look like this. And some action comics and Superman comics that have, when they have the the Betty bombers, and then they have the Kates that have the fixed landing gear, and they had the elliptical wing, just like the Spitfire. And they used those all the way to the end of the war. They were very efficient aircraft. They were durable and they did the job. They weren't the best, but they were certainly not the worst. They were very effective. So, and never think that the Japanese didn't have a fantastic navy. Their ships were incredible. They really were. We had all we could handle with them, with the U.S. Navy, until we got our Essex class aircraft carriers and were able to take it to them. It was a very near thing, and Midway was the big decisive victory, other than Lady Gulf. So
Yeah, Superman 25.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
have anything against it, and it's an incredibly important book.
I like that cover
Don't
too.
get me wrong, but and Goebbels was such a bad cat.
Mm.
So
Okay,
that's what
so
I got. Thank you.
yeah, good stuff. I'm gonna show my few books, and so these are all okay. So the collection I got from Yaniv was actually kind of an interesting situation. Um, what happened was I had gotten like about 300 books from him, and I'm basically making payments on. Okay, that then I'll probably be paying up till my great great grandchildren, but once they're all paid, it'll be good. Um, but what happened was he's been taking the books either through his parents whenever they visit him in Dallas. They come back and bring some of the books that I bought back to Canada, and they bring it to their house in Canada. And then when I go to Toronto to visit relatives that I have in Toronto, I pick up some of the books. Okay. So recently I went and met Yaniv in Toronto. We went to a supper together with a bunch of other collectors, and it was a pretty cool experience. And afterwards, I went to his place and was eaten by a dog. Um, but but he was telling me that his parents get annoyed by his collection that he leaves in Canada. Okay, and so basically, they wanted him to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, and so he had like a couple short boxes of just raw comics, some random stuff, and he was like, would you do like 20 bucks per comic that's in these boxes? I'm like, oh, let's price them out because maybe I can get them even cheaper, right? I was thinking, oh, maybe I can get them for 10 bucks each or something like that. And then we started looking them up, and they were like $50, 50. It's like, okay, maybe we'll go back to that $20 per book thing. I think that's fair. Um, so these are the books that are not part of the 300 that I picked up, but are books that I got in that just random kind of box of stuff, if that makes sense. Um, and they're pretty great books, so I'll show you them. So the first one is Romantic Hearts, number 2. It's just a great good girl art cover. So Romantic Hearts. And you showed Gangsters and Gun Malls. Another similar title is Murderous Gangsters. And you got this kind of creepy guy with a cigarette, and you got the girl in the back. The really cool, gangstery kind of book. And then one company that kind of is underrated in my opinion. What does my shirt say? It just says Bench. It's just a brand. Um, so yeah. So one company I think that's totally underrated is ACG. They're kind of like I don't know what they are, but they're the kind of underrated golden age company. They have a few books that are expensive, but majority of their books are very affordable. And some of the romance books are just so underrated. Here's one that's Romantic Adventures. I just think these covers are just really fun. So yeah, I don't even know what it says. I'm hoping that the audiences will like me, even if you don't. Let her keep thinking that she mustn't know that I love her. It's like typical. How much do I bench, Alan? I can bench my body weight basically. So I'm not a big bodybuilder. Um, but yeah, and then we got romantic. Uh, we got range romances. This was just in there, so it's just some randomish book. And then we have. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of Ripley's Believe It or Not, and Ripley's Believe It or Not actually started in another book that I have. Um, what's it called? Something comics. But this is Ripley's Believe It or Not number 2, and there's this guy with the human pincushion.
Acupuncture.
Yeah, it's the human pincushion. He walks miles in the blazing sun with 50 spears embedded in his body. I just love.
I would say not on that one.
No, probably these are true. These are actually like usually they would have like most most of the time it would be something that's true, right? That they would have it, and they would say some of the times like I can remember one where it was like the monkey where it was stuffed into a fish, and they said it was like a merman or something, um, and that they said that it was a fake, so they would always say the truth even if the situation was not true for what other people were saying it was. But I really liked Ripley's Believe It or Not. And if you ever go to the Ripley's Believe It or Not museums, they're quite fun. So yeah.
Don't look at the mirror because people are behind that
Yeah.
looking at you. So
Yeah,
if you're gonna start scratching, digging and scratching and picking your nose, don't do it because people are looking right at you.
well, so what they do is they have one mirror that says, can you bend your tongue a certain way? And then so you're making all these funny faces trying to show that you can do that weird tongue move in the mirror. And then that's it's a two-way mirror where somebody else is looking at you doing that. So it's
Yeah,
pretty
and
funny.
you get the joke too because after you've made a jackass out of
And
yourself, you go
then you
around the
get to
corner
see
and you gotta go, oh, and
that's what's going on.
then you get to get the joke on them.
Yeah, it's quite good. Um, yeah, I fell for it too. So yeah, that's like one of
So
those
did
things.
I. I
Yeah,
did
I think
totally.
everybody does the first time. And then this is another one that's kind of fun. The
Cool skull
shadow,
cover. Cool
very cool
skull.
skull covers. Yeah. And then another title that I've been collecting, not that I'm really chasing the whole run or anything, but I've been picking up a few
They're
books here and
falling
there.
into your lap, right?
Yeah, so is Super Magician Comics. And for the most part, these are very affordable, not very expensive. There are a few issues that are, more expensive. Like there's one where it's sort of like a KKK like cover that goes for a bit of money. And but or there's a few where I think she's going through a buzz saw or something crazy. Um, but this is more of a simple one with the snake and the tiger. But you got some good girl elements always as well. And Super Magician Comics is quite fun. And
And
this
that
is
was
one
Black, and that's Blackstone the Magician, isn't it?
that's Blackstone the Magician, yes. And here's one of the more expensive ones. This one I got separately. This is not part of the $20 deal.
You can see why it's a more expensive copy because that cover
Yeah.
content is killer.
Yeah, isn't this awesome? Like, look, she's like all chained to the edge of a cliff. And then you got this witch doctor crazy person. I'm not sure what they are. They're some crazy thing. She's like right over the fire. She's like kind of lit up by the fire.
Well, she's chained to the rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's on the edge of a cliff.
Yes, crazed. Do
Yeah, it's pretty
we
awesome.
don't know who did the cover, do we?
No, a lot of these it's really hard to say who did the cover. It might be on comic book database, but I don't know. And they always show Blackstone with like electric bolts coming out of his
Yeah.
fingers. Yeah,
Or either his fingers or his eyes. What's the
that's
date on the
true.
book? What is the number?
So this is from June 1944. It's volume 3, number 2. So if you look it up, you can maybe figure out who did. Oh wait, actually, I know who did it. It's Al Bear.
Baer.
Yeah, Al Bear. Just says right there. But
Very
usually you don't.
good.
Yeah, usually you don't know. Usually it's like it's like
No, is it Bare or Baer?
Baer.
Okay, good enough.
Okay, and then here's some jumbo comics.
Would you say that's Cayman or just in the Iger house?
Uh, her boobs are kind of big. It doesn't look like Cayman.
It doesn't. Is the blade bent or does she even have a
No,
blade?
nobody has like he should be if he was Cayman, he'd be with a dagger, but it's
I
it's
like that. He's got the
like a
sharpened
fork.
claw
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah. It's like a claw, like a garden.
Well, look, she's got an
Dagger blade.
axe at the top. If you lower the cut, yeah. So she's got an axe that she's going to hit him with.
Yeah, yeah. She's very buxom too. She's So
What number is that?
this is 101. And it's Sheena, the Queen of the Jungle, Quest for Two, Face of Juju.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, interesting one. And then we got some early Archie.
Cute.
Yeah, this is just a cute one. I love these ones with the visual gags and stuff. Isn't she a honey arch? She sure is, Jug. She sure is. So that's I love these ones. I'm not sure who did this one. I don't know. It's kind of the early Bucktooth kind of
Yeah,
version
he
of like
looks like a
picture.
bunny. He looks like a
Yeah.
bunny rabbit in that.
So it's interesting. This is Archie number 39. So
Vagoda or one of those early
I think it's
guys.
Vagoda just because
It's
it's
it doesn't look that doesn't look Montana
it
to me.
doesn't
Montana
doesn't look
generally signed his.
yeah, it's not Montana and it doesn't look like Harry Lucy or any of those
No,
ones.
it's not Lucy at all. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
I think it's Vagoda would be my guess. And then I got a bunch of pre-code horror stuff. Got Strange Fantasy number. This is in really rough shape. I'm not sure what number it is, but yeah.
So he's on the top of a steeple, and is this like a gargoyle that's come alive, or what's going on? What does it say?
Wait, you don't you want to hear the message I have for you? And oh, his I guess he's like when some working on the steeple or something like that. His strap broke. So I don't know. Maybe the gargoyle came to life. Who knows? You have to read inside to find out.
What a non sequitur! He's got a broken strap. He's going to fall to his death, and the guy says, "Don't you want to hear what message I have for you?"
It's like, um,
That's a weird one, isn't it?
yeah, it's a little bit weird. He could, basically grab him. Maybe I don't know. Um, it's kind of weird. If you really want to have me hear what you have to say, grab my hand. Prevent me from falling. Here's one that's interesting. This is Hand of Fate. It's a scary clown one. Like I don't know, they're all like ghouls or something like that, and he's dressed up like a clown, and they're taking off their faces. See how they're that's his face that's been taken off there down below.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, midnight masks off. Eek! What kind of masquerade party is this? These horrible, evil masks are exactly like their real faces. And Hand of Fate was one of the ones from the Dirty Two Dozen. Yeah, this is Ace Periodicals. So one the Dirty Two Dozen were the books that were in the Senate hearings. Hand of Fate, not this one, but one of the Hand of Fates was in the Dirty Dozen. And you showed this book way back when and set me on a quest to try to find it. And I finally got it from Yaniv.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I've been trying to get this one for a while.
It
I
was
always thought,
such a weird. I got that from, and for
mhm,
not much, but it's so weird that she's a siren for the Titanic coming onto that where the iceberg that she's sitting
exactly.
on.
Yeah. And it's just, she's just like doing the come hither thing to the iceberg.
And what's interesting is it's a code book. If you lower it, you can see it's a code book.
Oh, yeah, Matt says it is Vagoda.
Well, I guess I had
Yeah,
it figured.
yeah, I thought that was right.
You thought it was right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Vagoda too. Looks like
Oh,
her.
okay. Okay.
And then this is so this is Strange Journey, and I have no idea what the number is, but it's a coded book, so it's not Golden Age, but it's close.
It
And
is a golden age. It is a pre-code concept
yes,
on a code cover. It's
yeah, I
amazing,
think it's like
actually.
50, 55, 56. So it's like early code. Like I think it's in that era, maybe 58 at the latest. Um, and the last one I'm going to show tonight is this one. This is
Good heavens.
a really cool. They got the skulls are all over the front of this big. I don't know, cauldron.
Cauldron, yeah.
Yeah, and then you got the bubbles kind of bubbling up, and it looks like he's the guy with the turban's gonna throw the other guy into the pot.
Is the person who is the hero, and is
I
that a
don't know I
girl
don't
that
know the
is a
character.
sidekick?
Yeah, I don't. It's the sidekick gonna get thrown in, of course, because you're a sidekick. But I'm not sure. I don't know the characters that well from Super Mystery Comics. I really don't.
I think it's signed down there in the corner by the spine.
Oh, in terms of who did it,
Who did it?
mm, it's even like I can read it, but not read it, if that makes sense. You'll see. I'll zoom in on it. You can maybe try to figure it out too. Can you guys read that?
Rudy Pillay.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's a Rudy Pillay cover.
Okay, I guess that's what that could be. It looks like, yeah, it looks like an R. Okay, yeah, Rudy Play. Okay, very good. Isn't
And
Rudy
that's an
Play the
Ace.
one that
Is that
did?
an Ace comic?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe all the Super Magician. Yeah, Ace periodicals right there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I always like these super mystery comics. There's like usually the later issues have the girl and the guy on them. The like
That's
first
an
like
early one then, isn't it?
yeah, I believe this is like I don't know what issue number this is. Tell you the truth. I wish they would, there's so many of these titles where they don't put the issue number on them. It just drives me
Yeah.
crazy. Um, yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's my
Cool.
little
Cool
haul.
books. Really cool books, Alan. Those are
Yeah.
neat. And you got another big chunk of them too, don't you?
So I just showed like a small sample. This is like a very small sample.
Yeah.
I have two more. I have three short boxes more to show.
Okay.
Like
That's
over
enough. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
over time. So one short box is just slabs, and then the other two are just all raws.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a fair amount. So there's like I still have a bunch to pick up from him, but there's a few big ones that I have still to show. I was
Excellent.
debating about recording it as a separate video, but I'll figure that out later.
Fair enough. Well, I think if you showed them again, I mean, there's it's a lot of covers to take in. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is like a small stack, but yeah, this was like about 15 books. It's not bad. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us. Um, there was something I was supposed to tell everybody, but I forgot what it was, so I'm not going
You
to
were
tell you
supposed to
guys.
tell anybody if they could nominate us for the CBCA awards would be
That's a
nice.
good one. Yes, yes. Yeah, so the link is in the description to the CBCA Awards, and you can go over there and nominate us for the Monday special. That's what you say. Comic Collector
Comic Collector
Geek
Geek Monday
Monday
Special
special. And it's in the tier for like
Unlimited.
unlimited tier, which is going to be brutal to compete against, but it's that tier and best live show. So the chances of us winning
You call
pretty
this living?
the chances of us winning are very very small, but if you guys all support us, maybe we'll win. That'd be great. So
Well, if you like what we do, we sure would appreciate it. But we enjoy having you here with us under any circumstances. We
mhm.
very much appreciate you coming to watch our show on Monday. Thank you.
Does the Monday special come with bottomless coffee? I don't know, Matt. Don't know. I don't think so.
Bottomless. I no.
Don't you guys have that that thing in the U.S. bottomless coffee?
Yeah, I think IHOP has bottomless
Yeah,
coffee,
coffee. Yeah, yeah.
and stuff like there are some places that have that, but it also will depend upon the kind of coffee that is being sold. If it's really expensive stuff, then
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
they'll give you a refill. But if you want more than that, generally, it's when you have the really fancy. I'll tell you this. Portland is a very snobby area with having to do with coffee.
I don't like coffee either. I don't drink coffee or tea, or and I don't even drink alcohol. So
Well, you like water, don't you?
Water's okay.
And you drink juice too, don't you?
No, I try to avoid it because it's too sugary.
I see. So you drink nothing but water.
Milk.
Milk.
I drink a lot of milk,
Okay, that's good.
which
2% or skim?
you should know 2% is unhealthy and skim is unhealthy. You should drink 3%. The
Three
higher
point.
fat content is healthier.
I see.
Yeah, a lot of people don't they get it backwards because they say, "Oh, it's fat," but it's actually healthier to drink higher percentage of fat.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's
it's
that's what you attribute your good health.
I wouldn't say I have great health, but
The health that you get from milk is
the health
good.
that I have, I can maybe say that I can. If you think I am healthy, then I'll let you believe that, and like you can contribute it to milk.
You are.
Okay, okay. So again, thanks everyone for watching, and thanks for hanging out with us. Bye now.
Thanks, everybody.